AEW is screwing over Britt Baker, and in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how they're screwing her over and how they can fix it, and why, if I'm Britt Baker, I am seriously considering one option that I have in my back pocket. Look, we know that Britt Baker has not been used in months, and I there's so much to the story. There's so much background to the story. I got my notes up here on the side. AEW used Britt Baker in a significant role during the pandemic era of their promotion. However, in the last 2 years or so, she has significantly been decreased in terms of her value. The way that they have used her is unexcusable, in my opinion. Now, there is a lot to this. I want to cite a previous report from Wade Keller of the PW Torch. Now, he reported that Baker is in the same boat as other stars. So I want you to think more recently, Ricky Starks, Miro, and others who have not been used, who have wanted to get released by AEW, who did not get their releases granted. Now, AEW has since released Miro and Ricky Starks and Malachi Black. Ray Phoenix is still in the same boat where he wants out, but they will not let her out. Now, Wade Keller had reported that the belief is that AEW CEO Tony Khan is fed up with her and is not going to be using her. Now, should that change, they'll give her a call, right? Now, WrestleVotes previously noted that those in WWE do not expect Baker to be available anytime soon, and Baker is not expected back on AEW television imminently. Now, Dave Meltzer, he later reported that Baker is simply not done with the company. However, her future with the company is still uncertain, and AEW opts not to use her. Now, Fightful Select had previously reported that Baker's deal is believed to be having about 1.5 years left on its deal, okay? Meaning AEW is just going to keep her sidelined unless Tony Khan changes his mind. Now, there have been reports over the last year or so that there's been a lot of backstage heat with Britt Baker. Obviously, her incident with MJF where she was talking trash about him in the locker room, and Alicia Tout heard that, told her boyfriend, MJF confronted her. They had a little confrontation. Baker was suspended for, a week or two. And then she was brought back to television. Now, this was during a time I should preference by stating that she was in the middle of a feud with Mercedes Moné. Now, this is not all on AEW and all of AEW Creative for the lack of using her over the last 2 years. She had a serious health incident that had previously sidelined her. She had a stroke, right? That's serious, especially at her age. However, we've not seen her since late 2024. And according to this report, she ain't coming back anytime soon. At a time in which AEW just released Miro, just released Ricky Starks, and basically let Malachi Black walk without adding any time due to time missed, you have Britt Baker. And you have Britt Baker who is not being used on television and seemingly is not going to be let out of her deal anytime soon. She's just going to have to sit. You need to release this woman if she wants out. If you don't want to use her, if you just want to sideline her, you need to release this woman. It is not fair to her to have her sidelined because you no longer believe in her, or you no longer want to use her, or you are tired of the backstage drama in which she has. That's a you thing. This woman wants to work. She is a wrestler. And I think people need to understand wrestlers, and I mean this with all the respect in the world, they're a little different. They're a little bit more crazier than you and I. These people got into pro wrestling because they love pro wrestling. They want to work. They want to cut promos. They want to be in front of the crowd. The money will follow. They didn't get into pro wrestling. Not everyone's Brock Lesnar, where the number one reason that they get into pro wrestling is so they can make a ton of money. You don't make a lot of money for the first 5, 10, 15, sometimes 20 years of your career. Britt Baker's a dentist. She has no issues when it comes to financials. She makes plenty of money. She ain't hurting for money. This woman wants to wrestle. She, in my opinion, would be a very, very good fit in WWE. I've been very vocal about that. And I've seen people comment, well, she's a dentist. How would they accommodate her schedule? she has made it very clear in past interviews that she is not an ordinary dentist. If you or I go down to wherever she's living now, Florida or Pennsylvania, wherever, we cannot see Britt Baker as our dentist. She's very selective with her clients. She only takes older clients and or selective clients. This is not where she is working a 9 to 5 every single day. This is not her primary source of revenue, right? Like, I'm sure she makes plenty of great money there, but AEW probably still pays the bills. I don't know. I don't know her financials. I'm just stating, like, we're not talking about a normal dentist here. It's a very, very special and select few in which sees her. She's done that just basically for schedule purposes and probably security purposes. I don't know if I would want just some random Joe walking in, right? And sometimes can be a little crazy. So I think she would be a perfect fit in WWE. I think she's actually a better fit in WWE than she would ever be in AEW. And I'm talking about the old AEW and I'm talking about the new AEW. I'm talking about because AEW puts a preference on in-ring action. Is Britt Baker a very good wrestler? Yes, she is. Is she the greatest wrestler in the world? No, she is not. What is Britt Baker known for? Her promos, her charisma, her it factor, her presence. Well, you know what? Just kind of reminds me of someone else. Jade Cargill had charisma, had it. Wasn't the strongest promo. Obviously, Britt is way better. Britt's better than her in the ring. Why would she not fit in WWE? If it's not the schedule, she fits a heck of a lot better in WWE than AEW. Hide your weaknesses. Exploit your strengths. That's what they do with Jade. That's what you're supposed to do in pro wrestling if you're a booker, right? So you keep that going, and that's exactly what you got to do with Britt Baker, in my opinion. We will see if Tony Khan finally lets her out of her deal. If I had to take a swing and a guess, probably not. She's probably sitting there for the next year and a half. She's not going to be used in that year and a half time span. And if I'm Britt Baker, I am going to do the Ricky Starks approach, where he got so sick and tired of being set on the sidelines. I would also recommend this to Ray Phoenix. Go and work the indies. Ricky Starks got tired of sitting around. He started working indies, right? The whole GCW thing, he got pulled, everything like that. He went to Defy. He recently won their world title. So I would recommend her go and work the indies. Get your name out there. Get your face out there. And maybe it will shake up Tony Khan, right? In terms of either A, giving you what you want, which I would assume is her release. I will also preference this by stating this. Do I think that Britt Baker wants to leave AEW necessarily? If it was up to her and she was actually used on a regular basis? Probably not. She would probably want to stay. But if you're not going to be used, you should probably leave. I think that's where Britt Baker is right now. So if I'm Britt, I'm going to go and work as many indies as I can. I'm going to try to get as much noise around my name as possible. I'm going to try to get as much buzz around me. And I think that they are going to take a serious look and go, okay, can we use this woman? Tony, can we use her? No, you do not want to use her? Then let's let her go, right? Obviously, something changed with the Miro and Ricky Starks situation. I don't know if it's because they were just tired of just paying these people not to do anything. Miro had not worked since December 2023. Ricky Starks almost a year now. So I don't know what they're necessarily going to do, but you got to do something if you're Britt Baker, in my opinion. So we'll see how it all shakes out.